Going on to you, Leos. You have the nine of wands, the chariot, and then you Leos also have the queen of cups. Um, Interesting. A lot of you Leos are going through a very powerful change, uh, spiritually, in the mind, emotionally. A lot of you Leos see the emotional uh, uh, roller coaster that you Leos have been through as a stepping stone to get to this point in your life where you actually feel very accomplished because you realized at a certain point that people weren't essentially coming to really help you, and that everyone that smiles is not necessarily really being real when they smile. They're really kind of just um, making it so that they basically earn your trust that way. But in actuality, they really have their own hidden agenda. And a lot of you Leos understand now that you're doing better off by kind of just letting people do their own thing, respecting their personal boundaries, but also doing things by yourself the majority of the times. The Nine of Wands represents that, right? What you've experienced. The Chariot is the clarity that you've gained, and the Queen of Cups here represents the emotional understanding that you Leos have gained as well. And so, not only that, but you Leos also have the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So the Ten of Pentacles represents you Leos in a place where you actually have so much to actually offer for yourself and you feel good at it. Now, some of you Leos may have a significant other. Like it is that I said before, you're doing great. You know, single or significant other, you're doing great because your table is set and you have much, and your table is set and you have essentially uh, much value to offer to yourself and the people whom you Leos choose to offer that value to. And you feel confident, you feel good, you feel excess or abundance. And then you Leos also have the Queen of Wands, which represents here that you are as powerful as a volcano, and you don't have to, you're in a place in your life where you don't have to make yourself look insignificant because of other people's egos. Because sometimes it's a good thing to manage your ego, of course, but sometimes um, when people are around you and they are too caught up in their own ego, they don't just want you to manage your ego. You have to like supplicate yourself to them, right? They want you to bow forehead to the floor to them. And it's like you Leos are not built for that. You know what I mean? You're not a part of like a group where people, the alpha of the group or the alphas of the group or whatever you want to call it, feel like they have to do that feel like they have to do that type of nonsense to anybody because that's lame in the first place. And you're right. And so the situation with that is that so now you Leos have the Six of Pentacles, you know, you actually feel good about the work that you've put in because you're getting the value back anyway. So it's not like you feel like somebody played you because the disrespect and the yeah, it was rough to go through and all that stuff, but at the same time it was a blessing for you to actually still go through it because at the end of the day you succeeded and you Leos got to where it is that you should have gotten to, right? And you actually feel fulfilled getting to where it is that you are now. And so now you Leos also have the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords here speaks about how the betrayal that you've experienced that you're healing yourself from as well. it was all worth it because at least you Leos got to this place here. I talked about this before that, you know, you have to have growth. You have to be able to actually grow and improve in order for the disrespect and the dysfunction to mean something. If you don't grow, then a lot of that stuff is essentially meaningless, which goes right back into what it is I was talking about again with the whole fake spiritualist thing, because a lot of people can be fake spiritualists. You have a lot of people who, they get into some magic, and then they do these spiritual things, and then it's like, you know, it, they become more spiritual and they're becoming more powerful and ascendant in a delusion, and then it's like, okay, well, how do you know it's a delusion? It's a delusion when they think that they're becoming more powerful after doing this magical work, but then their outward reflection doesn't really, their outward life doesn't reflect the power that they say that they're getting to, right? It's a delusion. And so the thing about it is that you Leos are not dealing with a delusion. You are actually doing the emotional work to make your heart as light as a feather. And so because of that fact, right, it's able to where you have gotten to a point where you don't care about like work situations that would get you off of your game. You just look at it and you Leos just go, oh, okay, cool, it is what it is, right? Whatever. And that's one of the most beautiful things in the world, right? When a person tries to distract you, they playing games with you, they doing this, they doing that, they doing the other, and then you're just like, is that all you have? Because I know it's a lie, and here's why I know it's a lie. A lot of people can't deal with you when you Leos are like that, or when anyone is like that. And so the thing about it is, the Nine of Cups here is about how, so you Leos, are confident at this time, but it's not like a confidence where you're showboating, or people feel like they have to, try to get you off your game. People are always going to do that in a sense where they feel like they're in hyper competition with everybody, and they figure the whole world can't move, right? To people who have that kind of dysfunction, the truth is they don't want anybody moving. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you, because even when someone is lower than them or less fortunate than them does better, they start to get jealous. And it's like, why are you getting jealous? You're still better off compared to they are. Why are you getting jealous? Because they see the potential, and they understand, oh, this person can end up surpassing me. So this is what I mean when I say any kind of growth, any kind of growth. They're jealous hearted of the people that are higher than them or doing better than them as far in certain ways, because they may kind of kiss up to those people, but the kissing up is fake respect. At any point those individuals like start falling off, they don't care about those individuals, to be honest with you, right? So it's like jealousy of that. But then even the people that are underneath them, that are less fortunate than them, it's like, nah, you getting too close, you could surpass me. So people who have this kind of mindset don't want anybody moving. And so you Leos are confident, and no one is really going to kind of shake your confidence, because you're making very good decisions. You're making very good, sound, proactive decisions that solve future situations and actually keep things as smooth as possible for you. So you're thinking much further ahead compared to a lot of people. And just on a general basis, and the Three of Cups here and the Knight of Cups represent how, and it's putting you where it is that you Leos want to go. A lot of you Leos probably have like friends, probably have like friends, probably you know what I'm saying, probably have like individuals that are just trying to get in contact with you, reach out to you, find out what you Leos got going on. Some of you Leos may have your own friends that you've had before that you reach out to, every now and again. You say what's up to, do your thing and everything. And it's a nice celebration. We are around the holiday season. It could be family, your family's proud of you. The Nine of Cups here represents it. So you Leos feel fulfilled. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, or happy belated Thanksgiving, right? Or happy Friday or whatever, right? But the point that I'm trying to make here is that a lot of you feel good about your disposition, and it's a lot to celebrate. You Leos actually worked to get where it is that you are. Not saying that you didn't before, but what I am saying is that this is a big accomplishment for a lot of you. So let's clarify the Knight of Cups. Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords, Page of Cups, Ten of Wands. To clarify the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Swords, you pretty much have already kind of like blocked out certain things, and that because you don't want them to come in. You don't want certain people to get close to you. Pay attention to anybody who's close to you right now who may be disrespectful to you. Just pay attention to those people. Just watch what it is that you've got going on. Like I said, just pay attention. I'm not saying to be overly precautious and start thinking that everybody is against you, because that may not necessarily be the case. But you know, you know, do your thing. Just be mindful. You know what I mean? Just be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just be mindful is the point that I'm making. If you observe that a person is kind of minding your progress just a little bit too much, then it may be a good enough reason for you to kind of lay low or stay away from them. And then you have the Page of Cups and the Ten of Wands. These people right here may come to you as a friend or a family member, or even as a romantic interest or an ex-romantic interest. So just kind of watch out for that kind of thing, right? Because like I said, Leo, people who come to you and smile does not necessarily mean that they always have your best interest in mind. So just watch that, just be on point, keep that in mind and everything like that. You Leos and Aquarius have that, y'all have that kind of thing about y'all where, a lot of y'all kind of, if I'm being honest, a lot of you kind of lack those street smarts in that sense. That, a friend is a person that you can call on at 2 in the morning. A friend is a person that has your back, and they're truthful to you. A friend is a person who, who really does have your back. It's a person who will vouch for you, even when you're not there. When they talk about you, even when you're not necessarily in the room, they talk about you, Leos, like, y'all are solid individuals. Y'all are good. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of people. They do things for you. It's not things that you always have to ask for. Now, granted, sometimes you have to ask, but it's not necessarily things that you have to always verbalize and ask for every time. Sometimes they will do things for you that you do not have to ask for. And it's an amazing thing, right? So just watch out. You understand what I'm saying? If, not everybody that comes to you with a smile on their face has your best interest in mind. And like I said before, you Leos and Aquarius, y'all have, and Sagittarius too, have that thing where, y'all can kind of get caught off guard with that. But that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. What else? We're at 29,647 subscribers, trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Yeah, we off this. Peace. Oh, and if you want to come through and get a personal reading, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. If you already gotten a reading from me before, you have my number. You can just text me or call my number, right? You don't have to go to my website. But that's it. It's really for like people who hasn't done that yet, don't know the process, but because they won't have my number. But that's it. Peace, y'all.